Yo, welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. What is up with y'all? What is up? South Carolina. Told y'all about them Gamecocks, man. And I stand by what I said. Raven Johnson is the best point guard in college the past 3 to 4 years. She's the best. Y'all can have Olivia, y'all can have Sellers, y'all can have all these other people. I'm taking Raven. Raven's defense and her ability to pay attention to the to the game when even if it looks out of hand. When they were down, Raven kept everybody calm. Pow Pow showed everybody I could play defense, which I don't understand where this she don't play defense from, and she hit some big shots down the stretch. So it's like Bree Hall got some stops down the stretch. Duke is nothing, give Duke their props. Those women went out there and played. Ashlyn Jackson brought them back. Alucci was the one who really helped them get back in the game with her energy, her offensive rebounding, her boxing out, getting fouls, loose ball fouls on the other team. To me, she's been one of their most important pieces throughout the season. Defensively, I mean, they did okay. To me, today, South Carolina actually took a chance to shoot. Raven hit a three, hit a big mid-range bucket. So, so they did their job. They played an excellent game. I think a lot of people don't like South Carolina because they don't like black women, like especially beautiful black women winning. They don't like that for some reason. They like these fraudulent players. And right now they punking bets. Told y'all she's 6'9", full of putty. So I told you guys that South Carolina is playing their game. They're doing what they have to do. They're moving the ball. Chlorilla, man, shout out to Chloe. Chlorilla had a big rebound, then a putback, got the ball, going to the basket and scored 2 big baskets down the stretch, then hit 2 free throws to put them up by 4. That was great play. That was great play by them. That was a great play by them. They did what they had to do. I like the way that they started allowing Pow Pow to play off the ball some. When Pow Pow played off the ball, you know what I'm saying? That really helped them out a lot. Good finish, 12. That's what you got to do. Knees down. But that's what helped them, basically, that's what helped them, you know what I'm saying, get back in the game and get the game back to what they were doing. Duke problem was they ain't never been there before. So I wasn't worried when they went up. Like, people have this forgetfulness that they think because you're winning that, oh, you got the game in control. No, you don't. Whatever happened in that last 5 minutes, ain't no game winner, nothing. The last 5 minutes dictate whether you're a clutch baller. And Lauren Betts out here just pushing people like Reagan Richardson, just out here just pushing people. But anyway, I'm going to do that video after this game. Now, people were thinking that Duke was going to win this at hand. They were controlling the board some down the stretch. However, overall, South Carolina's defense really played big. Like I said, South Carolina wins games off of their defense. It doesn't matter about offense. Doesn't matter about shooting all these dumb shots. They went off of defense. Pow Pow's ability to play off the ball and with the ball in her hand really helped them out, especially down the stretch. Tessa hasn't been Tessa this tournament. She's been okay, but she's not the usual Tessa. And to me, that's because the bigs aren't the same. Fago also, listen, Fago to me might be the best big in this draft. I'm serious. I think Fagan's the best big in this draft. She rebounds, she passes, she has a mid-range shot. She has the ability to make passes from the high from the top of the key, also from the high post, low post game. You know, she was doing her job. She got a couple points on Fournier. She got some blocks in the game. Defensively, Raven took on Ashlyn Jackson. Ashlyn Jackson, like I said before the game, if Ashlyn Jackson, if they could contain her, they will win this game. Shout out to Donovan. Donovan is good, especially on offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, you know. And it was beautiful to see how they put it all together. I think a lot of times people don't understand the game of basketball or what they're watching. You know, they don't understand. They just look at a box score and think, okay, well, because of the box score, this is what happened. No, that's not what happened in the game. The game was controlled through the defensive. It was controlled through the defense. Bree Hall made a big defensive stop on Reagan, not Reagan, but on Ashlyn Jackson. And they kept Ashlyn down the stretch from really doing what she did. Raven Johnson, when Ashlyn Jackson was moved to the point of attack, Raven Johnson just shut her down, put her in a blender. Then the ball was thrown in the post. Number 12, can't think of her name. She tried to make the pass, but Raven picked it off and ran it down to the other end. You know. So it was great. It was good communication between everybody, the guards, the wings, the post. Everybody did their job. Chlorilla even hit a couple threes early. No, 1 3 earlier. South Carolina, like I said, I got them winning the whole thing. I think they're deep. I think defensively, they're the best defensive team individually and team-wise in the tournament. They are. And at no point, even when they were down, Raven Johnson kept the troops together. She kept the troops all under one page. Everybody was following her lead. And this is why I said that's the difference between LSU and South Carolina. South Carolina has a leader. They have a floor general, a general over the team, a coach on the floor. A lot of these other players and people don't have that. So that's the thing. You know, that's the thing. I just feel like they could. I feel Don should let Pow Pow like unleash Pow Pow, like unleash her, like let her do her job, like let her go play, like let her just let loose instead of keeping her kind of constricted, because she kind of keeps her very constricted and keeps her from actually doing what she can do. So, but like I said, I love the game. I love how they play. I love how they work with one another. They never allow each other to get down. They even laugh it off. Like when they make a mistake, they're laughing it off. The bench did okay. They brought Maddie off the bench. Fuwali, Fuwali, like I told you guys, like when Fuwali goes against a team that's just as athletic and they're long, it's kind of hard to get off. And she don't have a real good in-between game. Once she figures that in-between game out and get a floater, Fuwali's going to be unstoppable because she kind of settles for a lot of bad shots. It's just that she's so spectacular that she just so happens to let it go in. Like the ball goes in because of how she torques her body. So, but I mean, I love what she's doing, did a hell of a job. But today's game was about Raven, about Bree, about Fago, about Chloe, about Pow Pow, about the starters, practically. Now, Duke. The reason I say Duke is overrated because they only won those games they played because the other team beat themselves. Like the other teams beat themselves. All you have to do is get all up in Ashlyn Jackson's shot pocket. If you keep her from getting hot, you can shut them down. The person who changes how they play is Alucci. Lucci, which is number 5, Alucci knows how to bring that energy, like get the rebounds, play defense, do the hustle plays. That's what Duke has been living off of. Duke's not really a great defensive team. I don't know why people think they're a great defensive team. I'm like, no, they're a bunch of hackers. Not dissing them, like they can play, but as far as defense, they're a bunch of hackers. Like they hack a lot and they get away with a lot of hacking and they get away with a lot of like physical play. Now they're physical, but they don't really have a lot of technique defensively. They get away with pulling, they get away with grabbing. And, other than that, if Reagan or Ashlyn don't go off, or Toby, because Toby was really saving them. Toby was saving them the whole game. Shout out to Toby Fournier. Man, she gonna be a beast whenever she get to the W. Man, she gonna be serious. She's one of them freshmen that are nice. I had her as like one of the best freshmen this year. Like seriously. There were some points of the season she looked better than Sarah Strong and Joyce. So she's just young. And I'm glad the coach let her start this game because she gave South Carolina a lot of problems. She was getting them in foul trouble. Plus, she was she was making them guess a lot of times. And then on defense, she's underrated because of her length. She was deterring a lot of shots that were coming in the post. So, so that's how it is. So do I think they'll be better next year? Yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think Ashlyn's gonna be back next year. I think Reagan's gonna be gone. If they can add another player there, I think they'll be good because they don't really have a traditional point guard. Like number 22, she's just a scoring guard, but she just brings the ball up. Ashlyn Jackson is really the offense. She's really the point of attack on the team. They run it through her skill set. She could drive the ball. She could score all 3 levels. She's tough, but when Raven got on her, man, she couldn't do all what she was doing. She's a little bit. Bree Hall had trouble with her because Ashlyn is she's sneaky quick and like she knows how to go down angles where she could position her body. to get the score or to be able to get the assist. Yeah, and they was talking about Anissa Morrow's better than Angel Reese. Like, come on. Come on. Oh, I'm still gonna cook on her on the Patreon. I'm gonna do the Patreon right after this, and I'm finna cook on that chick. I don't want to mention her name over this because I don't want everybody to know. I told y'all, they're missing Angel Reese in this game. Angel would have gave Betts problems, and it would have allowed everybody to play. I told y'all that LSU's missing that dog, that alpha dog, and y'all kept telling me Nisa's a dog. Nisa's tough. She's very tough, very strong. I don't want her leading my war, but I want her in the war with me. I want her in the trenches with me, but I don't want her leading us into the out of the trenches. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Man, you soft, man. Poe have been punking your little butt the whole game and you crying. Ooh, good pass. Ooh, Samuels, step out. Ooh, big shot. Y'all was telling me USC was in trouble. I'm like, they gonna win. I told y'all they was finna win and y'all got hot. Y'all was like, HD don't know what he talking about. I told y'all I know my ball. But yeah. But Duke will be fine. They got a good coach. I like the coach. They just gotta add, to me, they gotta get a real PG to me. And they gotta add a post. They gotta add a post player. To help Fournier. Fournier can't be the only big piece out there because that's too much pressure. That's too much on her to get rebounds, defend. Then she's one of your lead scorers. You got to get a big out there to help her. They don't really have a big. They have like Reagan ain't really a big. She's a wing, but she's a wing. Not really a stretch four, but she's a wing player. But she could possibly be a stretch four if she gets a little, excuse me, if she gets stronger. But to me, I don't really see nothing special in her. I think she'll be a solid role player or bench player. Come in and get you a couple minutes, help you out. Man, everybody talking about Sundale, man. Who is this Pondexter chick? This Pondexter chick, boy, is a beast. She just hit everything. She hit everything, but yeah, like Reagan Richardson is straight. The Dukies, man, the Dukies will be back. They'll be back next year. They just need to get a point guard to me, somebody who can set everybody up better. And they need a point guard, but able to make passes. They don't necessarily have to run the point of attack. Ashland could do that. They just need a point guard on the side that don't need the ball in their hands that much. Probably an extra shooter out there. Ashland's an underrated passer. Man, she was making some passes where I was like, damn, Ashland. Like Ashland raw. Ooh, they cannot stop this Gardner. Whoever this Gardner chick is, when she get to the next level, she ready. She ready. She is ready. She's ready. But yeah, like the Dukies are going to be fine. South Carolina's defense saved them at the end of the game. Kept everybody off balance. They were defending everybody. That's the thing I love about it. So, you know, but SC, man, shout out to SC going to another Final Four. And I stick by what I said. Raven Johnson is the best point guard in college. The past 3 years, she's the best point guard. I don't want no 20 and 20 or 20 and 10. I'm good. I could get a good 5 and 8 or like 5 and 4 from her, and we're gonna win the game. So, you know. So that's just how it is. Now, the next game I saw last night was Paige Bueckers against Oklahoma. Dude, Paige Bueckers is her. She had to remind y'all forgot how great she was. Y'all forgot how great she is. And I'm so tired of y'all disrespectful CC fans and the rest of you bums that just got over to this community. Y'all ain't know none about women's ball ever until a flat back end over here started doing something. Y'all some haters. Y'all been hating on this girl since she was a freshman. Y'all been hating on Paige. And all Paige do is go out there and do her job, play her game. She had to remind y'all who she was. You know, that's just what it is. But y'all are so busy being disrespectful to greatness. Like Paige has been probably the best or one of the best players the past 3-4 years in college. And y'all continuously disrespect her name. She can play, she can pass the ball, she could do what CC does. But why? Why does she need to do that? She's Paige. She's her. She can play off the ball or with the ball in her hand. She's just as effective both ways. So all y'all saying that she's better than Paige. No, she's not. She's not. She's probably a better shooter. But I think Paige, on any given day, I think Paige could get with her shooting. I think Paige can outshoot her. I'm seriously, I think Paige can outshoot CC. And I can't wait till she gets to the next level so we can get these fake behind fans out of here and all these trolls out of here so we can get back to real basketball. Not all this hate that all y'all do is like spew out here to everyone. All y'all do is spew and hate on everybody. You even got former players being haters because they're bitter. You know, that's just what it is, man. Like, I'm so proud of Paige. Like, for real, I've been watching Paige since high school. And Angel, I cried when I saw Angel get her national title because of the work she put in from high school. You know, I cried when I seen Miller put in her work. Miller went to Syracuse, then came to South Carolina. And then, you know, I watched Cam. I knew Cam would be okay. She just needed to be, she just needed to continue being great at what she does, which is rim protect. You know, she's underrated. She could shoot. She could score all 3 levels. So, you know. So so that's the thing I love about her. And even CC, I don't even hate CC. I watched CC since high school. She's cool. Like I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her and her success in what she's done. You know, but I don't like your fans. I don't like her fans, and I don't like her as her personality. But she can play. So that class of players who came in from high school to college has made this what it is. And Paige was the leader. She was number 1 in that class. So y'all have got to stop disrespecting Buckets like that. It's Mrs. Buckets to y'all little punks. You peons, it's Mrs. Buckets. And she came out there and she did her job. She came out there and she did her job. Y'all were speaking badly on her name throughout the season. Y'all was saying she mid, she trash, all of that stuff I heard. And now all she been doing is busting everybody ass. What y'all gonna say now? Now that she busting everybody ass. She busting all y'all asses. Now what? Now what y'all gonna say? You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for her. The team played good, but this was all about Buckets. Buckets needed to send a message to people that I've always been her. I've always been that player. I've always, I've always been on that level. Y'all just don't know because y'all just got here. Y'all just started watching like a year or two ago. Y'all weren't watching before that. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop that cap, man. So, I was happy for her, man. Paige showed it. And of course, Burrs, man. Burrs got into a lot of foul trouble. And then not only that, she really didn't have a matchup where she could dominate because all they did was collapse on her, and then they were trying to test her passing skills. They were trying to test her passing skills, and she failed. Like, she's not really a good passer. She got to work on that. She got to tone up a little more. Because I think Beers could be good. I think Beers can be solid. It's just that to me, she could be like Big Mama Dosen, but she's not as fluent moving like Big Mama Dosen is. So, there you go, Big Foe. I told y'all Big Foe was gonna have a coming out party, and nobody believed me. But Paige Bueckers did her job. Oklahoma, they were playing good. Like, they played good for the first half and some of the third, and then Paige went off. Like, Oklahoma got a good supporting cast. I think some of them are coming back next year. If they could get, and they got Chavez coming. Chavez is coming back, which is good, which is coming in next year, which is good because I think she's going to add a dynamic to their team offensively. Chavez could really help this team get better. I think Oklahoma will be a better team next year. They just got to they need to add a defensive stopper. They need a person on the perimeter that's a defensive stopper. And then they need to get they need to get an athletic big, not a big like Burrs, but they need to get they need to get a four. They need to get a four who's able to play the five. Because Burrs can do what she does, and then you could just get her to rebound. They just got to get a five. They got to get a real five. I just say get a five who could just get rebounds all day and let Beers operate outside of there. So Beers don't have to expend so much energy. Because if she's going to be your offense and then you got Chavez, they're going to be your 1-2 punch. You got to put pieces around of them that'll take that pressure off them. Like when you watch Shaq and Kobe, right? It was about the supporting cast. I'm not going to say others because that's disrespectful. They're not others. They're your teammates. When they put the right teammates around them, they were able to succeed because Robert Horry would get some rebounds. Horace Grant would get rebounds. Glenn Rice would get some shots in. Like you need a supporting cast who can help Burrs and Chavez help them succeed next year. Because listen, Oklahoma, I ain't gonna hold you. Oklahoma, honestly, man, they could mess around and They could mess around and Oklahoma could mess around and Oklahoma could mess around and do some things next year, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But shout out to Paige Bueckers and the squad, man, for doing their job. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all played a great game. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to select all so you can receive upcoming notifications. And if y'all love what you hear, donate to the page. Go to the description box. Hit the link in the Cash App to donate whatever you desire. You also can super chat when it's premiering or leave a super thanks. Ooh, Cross. Ooh, she made that. Shout out to Kegel. Shout out to Kegel for that. That was a good one. That was a good one. Good defense. Come on, man. They don't be playing no defense. I wouldn't mind getting Serena Sundell. Serena Sundell straight. Like she could just run the point, but defensively, that's going to hurt her if she got to play on that perimeter. They was telling me Anissa is better is better than Angel is what Angel was supposed to be or something. I look like, what? Are you kidding me? This game proved to you that she not Angel. But yeah, I'm out of here. You guys be safe. Deezy.